Happy holidays. I'm Denha and you're watching FYI. As the year comes to a close, it's time to take a look back at some of the stories covered on FYI throughout the year in the first installment of the Year in Review. No matter your beliefs, Concordia University has a unique holiday celebration that melds old and new to create traditional family fun during the season of giving. A Manor Christmas was filled with pomp and grandeur.
There's 3 events going on today. Tours at the historic Earhart Manor and Greenhouse, the Christkindl Market, Christmas market in the European fashion, food and entertainment in a vendor's tent, and then the Boar's Head Festival in the evening.
The historic Earhart Manor, built from 1934 to 1936, boasts amenities uncommon to the era.
It was one of the first ones outside of Detroit that had air conditioning. It had lights that would turn on in the closets when you open the door. It had alarm system and music piped through the building. It had rainwater and well water. It had showers with many spigots. It was just an extraordinary building.
After touring the estate, guests enjoyed a European-style market and entertainment galore.
We have unique vendors that are picked specifically because they have handmade items or they have natural items.
We've had a couple local grade school choirs and bands. We just had Milan High School Chamber Choir, and now we're going to end up having Don Wharton play, a professional musician.
Our Boar's Head Festival, and that's an Old English festival or tradition of eating the boar, which is overcoming, a symbol of overcoming sin. And the Boar's Head Festival has been going on for 41 years now, and it is a wonderful pageant with beautiful music, costuming, and acting that goes on. So all of those things put together we call a Manor Christmas.
During school hours, kids learn a lot about how to be successful in the real world. But one after-school organization has been teaching kids life lessons and how to care for animals in the process. For over a century, 4-H has been in the business of molding youngsters into responsible adults.
4-H's stand for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health. Head is the idea that you can learn more and be a clear thinker. Heart is that you care for people. Hands are that you use your hands to do service for other people. And then better living so that you can take care of yourself so that you can do all of those other things and live a good, healthy life.
Being in 4-H made me a very hard worker. It made me kind of accountable for what I was responsible for. You know, every single day I'd get up in the morning, I'd get my goats and my lambs, I'd take them on walks and I'd exercise them, and then as soon as I was done with that, I'd get my horse out, I'd ride my horse, and then I'd do it all over again that evening.
The culmination of a year in 4-H ends with a week-long show run by the 5 to 19-year-olds that make up the club.
It's a nice way to showcase the work, showcase the projects, showcase crafts, showcase animals that they have been working with and training, because you don't just have a pig in the barn, but you go out and you work with the pig so the pig gets to know you.
We're unique because we're all about the youth. They get to show off all of their hard work that they've had on either their livestock or their still projects.
We have an animal decorator class today where bring your animal in and dress them up in some way, and the kids dress up. The kids dress up as an animal and the animal dresses up as a person. That's what 4-H is all about, working together and building those skills.
Another pet-friendly activity was when Rolling Hills Park was turned into a sanctuary for man's best friend, as the Humane Society of Huron Valley held their annual May fundraiser. For 39 years, Walk, Wag, and Run has raised large sums of money for animals in need. This year, they tipped the scales, raising over $214,000.
It's a fun time for over 600 dogs and their owners, and it's always great to meet new people.
They have vendors, and then some local pet stores bring gifts for free. There's food, there's prizes. It's a lot of fun. Pet tricks, the dog dive. You can spend a whole morning here.
Speaking of diving, some dogs made a splash while others showcased their skills on land.
They have the agility course, which is cool to see how they do. They have that lure course where they run around and stuff. They chase the little flag, the dog diving competition. So I think they just all have fun and love to be around each other and smell everybody.
It's just about getting out, enjoying the day and enjoying the dogs. Without the community, we wouldn't be anywhere. We have wonderful backing from the community, you know, and without their awareness and without their financial support, the Humane Society just wouldn't exist.
Every year, the Ann Arbor Police and Fire Departments aim to create bonds as they host an annual event to get to know the people that make up the city. The Police and Fire Open House invites the public to learn about the services they provide to the community.
We've had several of our fire trucks for display. Our CERT, our Community Emergency Response Team, has been teaching people how to use fire extinguishers. And we also have representatives from U of M Trauma Burn to talk about fire and burn prevention.
It's important for people to understand what we do and why we do it and who does it, and our equipment needs and the different tools that we use.
The day included demos and tips to keep your family safe.
The smokehouse teaches the importance of smoke detectors, the importance of people needing to make sure they have working smoke detectors, along with the stay low and go.
The canine unit's important because it helps us if we have lost people. It helps us track bad guys. If they run into a neighborhood, we can use the dog to locate them. It can find narcotics.
Normally when we interact with people, it's on their bad day. So this is great. We get to have a positive interaction with them. It's also wonderful that we're able to do this with the police department. We're very fortunate. We have a phenomenal, outstanding relationship between police and fire in this city.
For 24 years, Ann Arbor has been celebrating the LGBTQ community during Outfest. This year, they changed the name and the date, and the rebranding has been well received. Ann Arbor Pride now encompasses a full weekend of fun for the entire family.
It's an opportunity for, one, the community to come together and celebrate. It's also an opportunity for us to reflect really on some of the challenges that we face together, the things that are still coming ahead. But also it's really just a great opportunity for us to demonstrate to the community that it's okay to be who you are.
We don't just sort of accept people who are different here, we celebrate the differences. And so part of Ann Arbor Pride is making sure that we're giving people that opportunity, not just Ann Arbor, but the surrounding communities as well. And you know, my role as kind of commissioner, I think it's very important to encourage people to be proud of who they are and be out about it. I'm a proud, openly gay elected official, and I think it's important to talk about that.
We are incredibly lucky to live in a place where really just every day we've got businesses and community groups and organizations that are incredibly supportive and welcoming of everyone.
There's a different feel here in Ann Arbor Pride. It really feels like a community because that's what we are. I just absolutely love being here. I love seeing people come for the first time and feel proud of who they are.
In 2018, we learned about some local choirs for men and women respectively that are in full harmony.
The Huron Valley Harmonizers serenade their audience with the barbershop quartet-style chorus.
Well, every Tuesday night between 7 and 9:30, the Huron Valley chapter of the Barbershop Harmony Society meets here, and we sing all night. We have a chorus rehearsal. We do quartets. We just spend the evening singing, having fun. In barbershop, it's carried by the second highest voice, and we call that part the lead, and they sing the melody. And then there's a tenor that floats around on top of that, and then there's a bass that sings all the low notes down below, and then there's a baritone, which we like to say gets all the leftover notes.
The HVH offers a Valentine's Day deal that delivers a barbershop quartet to a location of your choice, and they will do a 2-song performance to your special someone.
The joy of singing with other people is not something that enough people experience. Singing with other people brings you together in a way that nothing else does. We add voice to voice and create something that isn't there otherwise. So I think it's a great alternative to sitting around and watching TV and being by yourself, to come out and sing with other people and make magic happen.
The songbirds are out and music is in the air as the Ann Arbor Women's Chamber Chorus preps for their spring concert.
The Women's Chamber Chorus is a community choir for women who like to sing, all ages, and it's no audition. It's a group that puts on at least 2 concerts per year, one in the winter and one in the spring.
We sing an eclectic mix, just about any kind of music, international, religious, non-religious.
The ladies are led by David Perample, whose musical stylings bring out the best in their ability.
David chooses the music and we sing it, and he's a wonderful director. He leads us with humor and kindness, and we just love coming and we love singing, and it gets our week off to a good start, singing on Monday morning.
Well, they enjoy singing so much that it's always a delight to come in here on a Monday morning. No matter how I'm feeling, by 11:30, I'm feeling fantastic. And I feed off of their energy. And they feed off my energy too, so it's reciprocal. It's just a lot of fun. People love to sing. It's a great deal of joy comes through, and it's extremely healthful.
It gets your endorphins going, your brain endorphins, and you feel happy, and it lasts from day to day. You know, it's not just Monday mornings. It really does get our week off to a good start.
FYI cameras had the opportunity to learn more about the world of sports for people living with disabilities. Take a look. OPAF hosts FIRST clinics to teach the mobility challenged how to stay active.
We specialize in orthotics and prosthetics, but we also help anyone who has CP or MS, anyone that has had a difficult time getting around and wants to try something new for the first time. Basically anyone who feels that they can't do different athletic events, we want to show them that they can do it, and we have a way to help them do it.
The organization took a plunge during their first swim, snorkel, dive clinic on the campus of EMU.
Our instructors bring them in and give them the courage and the strength to get in the pool, try something new, really work with them to make sure that they feel comfortable, and so that they're not hesitant to worry about trying it again on their own or with family and friends.
There's a lot of great people here. The atmosphere here is just, it's unbelievable. It's positive, it's encouraging. There's no can'ts in the building, and what's even better is that you see that there are people facing things bigger than you are, and it makes you come to terms with your own, what you thought were fears.
When they're in the water, if you lose a limb, you become more buoyant, and so it's hard to adjust your body to the buoyancy of water, and so we work a lot on that to make sure that you're comfortable and you can get yourself in an upright position and you can move your body around as needed.
The more normality we put to this life and this lifestyle, and get out there and show people that there is life after this, that not just life, but there's a great life after this. I mean, we're freaking superheroes. We've survived something that tried to kill us. And we've gone on with our heads above water and gone, no, I don't think so. Let's go again.
United they stand and divided they ball. Veterans took their rivalries to the court at the University of Michigan Army vs. Navy wheelchair basketball game.
What's going on here is an exposure to wheelchair basketball to give the Army and Navy an understanding of what it's like to be in a wheelchair and how great the sport is. We've got 3-point shots, foul shots. There is no difference from the able-bodied game except the traveling rule. You're only allowed 2 pushes on the wheel, then you have to dribble the ball. So you can't simply have the ball in your lap and just fly all around like a bee on the court. You actually have to dribble the basketball. The chair is different than a hospital chair. It has no brakes on it. It's extremely fast. It can turn on a dime. It's made to suit each person's body. They're high-performance vehicles. And after a while, once you watch the game, you don't even notice the chair. You simply notice the athleticism of the athletes.
Relying on their teammates just came natural in this battle of the boards.
The competition is there, but you're going to see a lot of laughter. You're going to see a lot of fan involvement. And the common bond that I think the Army and Navy can show, that sport unites people. And that's huge in this game.
There's something something satisfying about growing your own food. You can taste the hard work and pride that goes into its creation. Growing Hope aims to bring this passion for food to the masses. In 1999, the Growing Hope story began, and nearly 20 years later, the organization wants to nurture soil, seeds, and self.
The fact that they are teaching people about how to grow their own food, teaching kids, which is very important because you have to start when they're young, and just spreading the word from a point of view of the city and beyond the city about how important it is to support growing local food.
Really, it's a place for the Ypsilanti community to come and learn about how to grow their own vegetables, about nutritious food, and really just enjoy an amazing farm.
To enjoy the delectable bites the farm has to offer, Growing Hope invites chefs in the garden.
A lot of the menu kind of takes things you would see in the garden, just kind of in a very lightly manipulated form, because we want you guys to just kind of try it as is.
It was like an amazing combination of flavors.
They share a common love of good fresh food and understanding how important it is to all of our interactions.
Everything tastes better if you grow it in your own backyard.
We all know the importance of the written word. The benefits of reading fact or fiction are tremendous. But what about the art of storytelling? A local group is keeping the tradition alive as they ignite a passion for the art during their annual performances. For 27 years, the Ann Arbor Storytelling Guild has brought imagination to life.
We're having a family storytelling concert for children, for and under and some over.
Everybody's a storyteller because everybody has a story.
Two of the stories are folk tales from other countries, and then we have one original tale that's a puppet story also.
One day there was a dinosaur who...
There's a mastery involved with weaving a tale.
It's a tradition of telling stories, just like people go to movies, they go to singing concerts, and now it's a word-of-mouth storytelling.
I wanted to find a story that would excite them, they would understand it, and that would give them a little education.
Having a beginning, having a middle, and having an end makes a good story. And a story that connects with people. So you pick a story that you enjoy yourself and that you enjoy telling to people. It's just something that keeps the oral tradition alive. And that's a good way to come to these story fests.
Throughout the year, Ann Arbor Active Against ALS holds fundraisers in hopes of bringing awareness and funding to this debilitating disease. Find out how they are staying active next. For 10 consecutive years, Ann Arbor Active Against ALS has been fighting to keep people active, and one way they do so is through the Boxcar Derby.
They've been working with the Ann Arbor community to battle ALS and also to fund research, whether it's at the University of Michigan or other places throughout the U.S. What they've done is they've hosted events like this along with the Twinkie Run and other events throughout the year, and have used all that money together to fund research.
The race consists of 3 divisions, 9 and under, 10 and over, and adult.
The requirements for the build, it's very specific, whether it's a small boxcar or a large boxcar for the adults or for the kids. The basic setup is that the steering is on the outside with 2 tennis balls on top for steering.
I'm racing for the Boxcar Derby race for ALS to raise money for funding and stuff.
The bracket style is basically single round elimination where you just get paired up with someone else and you just compete with that person. Whoever wins goes to the next round and you keep going until you get to the finals.
There's a lot of money that needs to go to ALS and there's not enough going to it. So helping out ALS research is really good.
It's just a fantastic cause and we just raise a ton of awareness and also a lot of money towards ALS.
Well done. High five. That was a good race.
The 9th annual Twinkie Run had people lacing up their running shoes, while at the same time loosening their belts.
This is a 5K race fundraiser for ALS. It's a Twinkie Run 5K around Gallup Park.
And at the start, you can choose to eat a Twinkie, and if you eat a Twinkie, you get a minute off of your time, and then on your second lap, you can decide to eat a Twinkie if you want as well. And if you do, you get another 60 seconds off your lap.
The race promotes a healthy, active lifestyle while also embracing the sweeter side of life.
Okay, she's taking a picture. I won the 70 and up age group, but I did consume Twinkies, so I got a little bit of a time handicap, which I think was very helpful to me.
We've had folks run in the 15-minute range and not eat Twinkies. We had folks that ate the Twinkies and beat the one with the fastest time, so it makes it kind of fun.
For 20 years, the Yankee Air Museum has been bringing the best in aviation right into our backyards during their annual air show. High-flying action, daring maneuvers, pride in our country and its rich history are celebrated during the Thunder Over Michigan Air Show.
What drives us each year is to make sure that we are constantly bringing items and bringing aircraft and doing things with the aircraft that other shows don't do. We also focus on our military. We focus on our military past and also present. This is a place to honor veterans, to learn about history, the stories that help defend our nation, and meet the men and women today, many modern military air crew members that are defending our freedoms today.
You're going to see a lot of precision flying at that. You're going to hear a lot of noise, and there's going to be a lot of thrills as well.
Safety and precision are key as the Thunderbirds prep for their headlining flight.
I went to the Air Force Academy, graduated from there in 2002, and started flying the F-16 thereafter. So I'm doing it for a long time. I got 4 combat deployments. It's kept me safe through all those, and happy to be able to show what the F-16 can do to the general public.
The focus to carefully select each and every aircraft. It's like an invite-only car show. We're very sensitive to the quality of aircraft that attend here, the quality of performer, and we also work very hard to make sure, as safe as possible, the public can get intimate with the aircraft and the aviators.
It's a great event to get the community together, to bridge the gap between military and civilian, and just to watch the amazing acts that people work so hard on.
It's amazing how the community has embraced this, and the Yankee Air Museum volunteers have risen to the occasion to put on one of the nation's best shows.
Technology is rapidly evolving in ways we never thought would happen in our lifetime. More tech companies are finding a home in Ann Arbor, and now they are revealing all the products and services that are currently available to make our lives easier. Talk the talk and walk the walk at Tech Talk Tech Trek 2018.
Tech Talk featured 13 speakers, all innovators in our community who gave talks to inspire people to think a little bit differently about the world around them. And Mobility Row, 20 different mobility companies, all headquartered and based in the Ann Arbor region, are showing off their assets, the technology developed right here in our own backyard.
Technology is a growing field to create the next step in career mobility.
These businesses are creating jobs, attracting investment, and they're really part of this vibrant community. It's great to inspire people to think about working here and to have some pride in all of the great things happening in Ann Arbor.
We partner with Autonomous Safety, who does drones for first responders. So we're showing some of their stuff, and then we're also showing our asset tracking system for factory software. So we have a tag, you can walk around down here, and our software is able to track and show you where you're at.
We are involved in fleet management, IoT space. We track cars, buses, ambulances, you name the vehicle, we can track it.
These companies are actually hiring in our community, they're attracting investment. That's good, that's a way that we grow our economy, and it's a way to keep Ann Arbor as a global destination for innovation.
The signals were all clear as trains of all kinds made their way through Saline High School to celebrate 48 years on the rails.
Oh boy!
The Ann Arbor Model Railroad Club welcomed passengers during their annual train show and sale.
We have a small
4x5 foot layout that one of our club members brings in that gives the kids a hands-on opportunity to actually run a train. We have the 7 1/4 scale live steam engine where that's big enough you can actually sit on it and ride it. What you have at the show is typically a modular layout. The layout is built on small sections to a certain standard that allows that module to be placed next to another module.
The larger-than-life models caused quite a locomotion.
There are quite a few of us, myself included, who just like the diversity of European trains, from, you know, the different kinds of passenger trains, bullet trains, different types of freight trains, whether they're running off of diesel power, steam, or electricity off the overhead wires. It's just a lot more of a mix.
My favorite part, I think, is being able to operate independently. Since we use a DCC system, which is digital command control, it makes each car individually controlled, and that way we can run as many cars as we have throttles.
There's something for everyone. It's nice to see so many kids. And even if you're not big into trains, the Lego display alone is worth coming out to see.
Keep the whistles blowing and the wheels rolling.
Visit a2gov.org/watchctn to view this and other programs. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to FYI.